It's a rivalry renewed in West Lafayette as number 18 Notre Dame travels to Purdue in the battle for the Shillelagh Trophy. Will the Irish bounce back or will they fold?
By Samardzija, inside the 20, inside the 10, he's going in! Notre Dame has scored!
Go, 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 go! You will be that driving force to motivate those coaches and those players to beat Southern Cal!
Notre Dame is relevant again.
The 20, the 10, 5-5 rocket touchdown!
Notre Dame is number one!
It's a game of who's going to flinch first. We know that it won't be Notre Dame.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Landon Traylor, joined by Logan Traylor, Dylan Kearns, and the birthday boy, John Richards. Extended happy birthday to the one and only John Richards, Frenchie. Happy birthday, John.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And also, today we remember those who we lost on 9/11 so many years ago. Wasn't alive. However, we do remember that day very well. We remember those lost and those affected by 9/11. With that being said, number 18 Notre Dame looks to get back on track. Get it? As they hit the road, that was terrible, against rival Purdue. Now, folks, you know me. Those who know the show know me. I despise Purdue. There is not a fan base in the United States that I despise more than the Purdue Boilermakers. The entire campus looks like a prison. There's no tradition. They want to say they have tradition, but they don't have any winning tradition. There is no winning tradition at Purdue. You're the biggest thing you're known for is Neil Armstrong. And quite frankly, if I went to Purdue, I'd want to get to the moon to get as far away from that shithole as possible. And that's the God's honest truth. That is the God's honest truth. Great university, great. If you go to Purdue, fantastic, good for you. You're going to make a lot of money one day. When it comes to athletics, I cannot stand it. I cannot stand Purdue. The way they talk, the way they think they can talk down to Notre Dame. You are irrelevant. With that being said, Purdue took a bye week in week number 2, but claim that Notre Dame is not a big game. Their fans are saying Notre Dame is not a big game and they're gonna win. Yet they took a bye week in week 2. Okay. However, they did dominate Indiana State 49-0 in week 1 in a game where Hudson Card set a new NCAA completion percentage record, going 24 for 25 with 273 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Boilers, big Boilers, also added 248 rushing yards, led by Devin Mockabee with 89 yards. Max Clare led the receiving corps with 71 yards and 5 receptions. The Boilermakers fumbled the ball once and forced 0 turnovers against Indiana State. Look, it's very hard to judge a team who played a Division II opponent in week number 1 and beat the living crap out of them and then took a bye. You know, it's very hard to judge. However, they did look good. I mean, they scored 49 points. They got in, they got out. They beat a team who they were supposed to. We didn't. We all know. So with that being said, we'll turn it over to Logan Traylor first. What are you looking for and expecting from this game? It's hard to judge a Purdue team who's only played one game and then took a bye.
One thing, they're going to be ready to go. That place is going to be packed. Haven't been to a day game, been to a Purdue game at night. So we'll definitely expect a sellout crowd, a great atmosphere. Big fan of, these rivalries getting renewed. As growing up as a kid, I really liked the way, we played Michigan, Purdue, Michigan State every year.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of bringing back some of those memories. Purdue always finds a way to compete, and that's the biggest thing for me. And I think we have a lot more question marks than they do at this point, playing 2 games, and we have a lot more problems, and obviously higher expectations create more issues and problems. But I'm nervous for this one, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think we can comfortably say we can walk in and beat anybody after what had transpired last week. So excited to be there. Excited to hopefully see a Notre Dame victory, but definitely would like to see some things fixed on our end. And if they don't get fixed, I could very well see another L going into the category.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I'll move along to Dylan before we get to JR just really quickly. Dylan, the younger generation, such as us, Purdue, we have dominated the Purdue series. However, it always seems Purdue plays us pretty close, except a couple of times now and then. What are you looking forward to for this renewed rivalry game?
First of all, I'm older than Logan, so we could throw that out
Are
there.
you really?
Yeah, got him by 6 days. But anyway, what I'm looking forward to here is, dude, I mean, I came in here to this show, and usually, all right, you have an idea of the teams, of the expectations. I think we can all four of us sit here and say, we don't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Like after last week, you just do not know. And this Purdue team, I mean, they showed out. You mentioned in week 1 they took their bye. I love your choice words for the university that you adore so much. But I mean, honestly, I think this is a game where the offense needs to get going. And I know that's beating a dead horse here, but that's something that needs to happen. The offense needs to find a way to ignite it. Maybe get your playmakers involved for once. You ever thought about that, Den Brock? You ever thought of throwing to Mitchell Evans or getting Love in space? Because that's what we need. And I've been screaming for probably 10 years, going back to the Brian Kelly and Tommy Rees offenses, of throwing screen passes to the running backs. They never do it, and they got playmakers galore that could do it. You imagine like checking down to a Dexter Williams who's a game breaker? Like
they got
you
the
have
speed
Chris
for it this
Tyree.
year. They
Yeah,
have the speed.
You never knew how to utilize Chris Tyree. Like there were so many weapons that had speed and were good. And Jeremiah Love just looks to be another one of those misused shiny pieces that turned up to be a dumpster fire of an offense.
Yeah. JR, you've seen a lot of Notre Dame and Purdue. This used to be an annual rivalry. They have played a lot over. Notre Dame has played no other team besides Navy as much as they have Purdue. You've seen a lot of Notre Dame and Purdue games. What are you expecting from this ball game on Saturday?
I've been to a lot of Notre Dame Purdue games, both in South Bend, and I've seen games at Ross-Ade Stadium. So I want to back up to your intro. I am 1,000% in agreement with you regarding Purdue and their fan base and their campus. I've been there multiple times for not to go see them, but to see other sporting events. Mm-hmm. The place does look like a prison. It's a giant square. It smells. So what is their mascot? Are they a drum? Are they a locomotive? Are they Purdue Pete?
They're
Are they a toilet?
Pete.
I'm not really sure. I haven't figured that out in a really long time. But Purdue historically has always been the 40-7 drubbing that I'm accustomed to in this series. Yeah, after Lou left, there's been some good games here and there. But I'm going to be frank with you guys. This is the worst team in the Big Ten, and I would argue that Northern Illinois might be better than Purdue. And if we struggle on Saturday, I don't care for what purpose, what reason, injury, offense is slow. I don't care. If we come out of this game with a loss, for me, and I know it won't happen, that is cause for immediate dismissal. To be sitting at 1-2 after 3 games, to win the opener and the season to go off the rails after 2 games, I'm sorry. I'm done. If we go to Purdue and we struggle, like I suspect we will, and we don't perform to the capability that I expect us to because of all this turmoil that has happened, Riley Leonard is injured, we're limited with our offense and our play calling, I don't want to hear it. This team is going to be finishing last in the Big Ten, and I contend Northern Illinois is better than they are.
Good point. Good, solid point. Notre Dame dominates this series, as you mentioned. 59-26-2 is the record for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They have won the last 8 matchups in this series, which is all 8 in my lifetime. The last time these two met was at Notre Dame, 27-13. It was an Irish victory. Jeff Brom had his boys ready to play and gave Notre Dame a little bit of a tough challenge. Last time these two met at the dump of Ross-Ade Stadium, it was a 31-24 victory for Notre Dame under the lights. Notre Dame has not played anyone besides Navy more than they have Purdue. The results of the last 8 victories for Notre Dame: a 38-21 victory at Notre Dame in 2008. In 2009, it was a 24-21 victory at Purdue. A 2010 victory at Notre Dame, 23-12. 2011, 38-10 at Purdue. 2012 was a 20-17 victory at Notre Dame. 2013, 31-24 at Purdue. In Indianapolis in 2014 was a 30-14 Notre Dame win. And of course, in 2021, the 27-13 victory. So, listen, Purdue, -3 games in these last 8 matchups, have played Notre Dame tough. Logan mentioned it. They're going to be ready. They always seem to be fired up. They always seem to be ready. The thing that they call an atmosphere is going to be pretty loud. And if we don't come prepared, I will say that we will lose this ball game. If we play like we did against Northern Illinois, we will lose this game on the road, JR.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm in agreement with you. I can't even believe that we're having this discussion going into the third game. And, you know, we talk about how easy the schedule is and perceived to be. Again, it's never what we think it's going to turn out to be. We speculated before the Northern Illinois game if Riley Leonard was 100% healthy. We're 2 games in and the guy's already banged up, and it's catching us off guard. Like, you know, we don't have any depth or other personnel that could go into Purdue and beat that. You guys, this is one of the worst Purdue teams in recent years. They have a decent quarterback and whatnot, but I thought Michigan State might be the worst team in the Big Ten, but I think it's Purdue. And we're at a point where I can't even believe I'm going to say this. Is Indiana the best team in the state of Indiana for football right now? IU? Or the Hoosiers the best team in the state of Indiana? Because I'll tell you one thing. Our quarterback, he looks like a transfer from DePaul. Not DePaul, DePaul. That's what our quarterback looks like right now. So, you guys, I can't even fathom us going to Purdue and not winning this game with some kind of convincing fashion. What's the line? 12 or something like that?
-10 Notre Dame.
10. So didn't it open at 12?
Yes, it did. It has gone down since Sunday.
And I expect Purdue, like you guys mentioned, to be feisty and prepared to play. This is always their Super Bowl. It's the peak of their season. They build their schedule all around it. The students will be there. They'll have all their stupid non-traditions fired up, and Purdue Pete will be running around wanting to take selfies with Lando and Bob in the stands. But you guys, I can't think of us after 3 games being 1-2 with this schedule. And it could happen.
It's a reality. It's a reality.
It's reality with a very, very harsh ending. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview. There's another game coming up this week. I think the winner of that game should be elevated to Notre Dame's head coach. How about that?
Wow.
Let's see who does Missouri play?
2 of my coaches are playing together, playing each other.
Missouri and Boston College. Is that your one?
Yep.
Bill O'Brien and Drink.
The Drink versus the Bill.
All right. Yeah, that's that. All right. Interesting take there. As I mentioned, the place will be loud. I went to the old Oaken Bucket game last year with a bunch of people. The place wasn't loud. It doesn't get too loud in there. I gotta say, Logan's been there for a night game. I'm sure that was rocking. But for a day game, I just feel like it takes away from the atmosphere, which is why I was shocked when this came out at 3:30 p.m., which I get it, CBS television contracts nowadays, but they think they're going to win. I've been talking to a lot of my Purdue friends. They said, you know, they're saying, oh, Northern Illinois. We have them right where we want them. This is where we shut them up. All these fans saying, you guys lost Northern Illinois. We got these Irish in the bag. They suck. Let's go out there and kick their ass. All right, let's shut them up. Let's shut them up. we're Notre Dame. All right, we're Notre Dame. Your little brother. You're Purdue. You have nothing on us. Okay, you have nothing. Pull up the all-time stat sheet. We'll start with Logan before we move on to picks. Key to the game on Saturday.
Jeez. We got to run the ball. I don't know if that's a key or if it's just quite frankly, a demand. You got to give your best players the ball and you got to get them in space. Like I think Dylan mentioned, defensively, our defensive line has to be better, especially our interior. Got pushed around, got bullied last week by Northern Illinois. I would like to see us come out and blow them out. And I think by doing that, you give your best players the ball. And you put them in positions to be successful. And if you're not able to do that, this game could be very dicey. Especially with Riley, not 100%. You put in anybody else, maybe we could talk about that. I don't think the result changes. I still think the offense looks super bland. And the result nothing gets fixed. You're going to see the same stuff. So, I would like us to be, running the ball first and second down. If we have to throw it on third down, so be it. But first and second down is crucial. You can't have drives where it's 3 plays and you're done. You got to make them earn it if they want to get a stop. And, I just felt like we missed out on so many opportunities in that Northern Illinois game, which we did. And that cannot happen again.
Mm-hmm. 3 drives in the fourth quarter that were 3 plays in under a minute and a half, Logan. So that can't happen. I mean, another thing, why didn't we take so much time off the clock? I mean, it's in the fourth quarter. We have the lead. Let's burn some clock. Nonetheless, Dylan, key to the game on Saturday.
Peanut butter and jelly time. I'm sick of Leonard.
Yeah.
All right. Honestly, like we've seen, he's been hurt at 2 different stops or 2 different years, back to back at Duke. Now he's banged up here. Screw him. You want to bring him in from the transfer portal? Screw him. I mean, honestly, who cares? Win football games, MF, because if you don't, you're going to lose your job.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly. Give him the ball, run the offense, win a football game. End of discussion.
Unfortunately, Marcus Freeman in his press conference, he did acknowledge that Riley Leonard.
Bench him at halftime when he sucks it up again.
Freeman did acknowledge that he's hurt. However, he did say there was no plan to put Angeli in the ball game against Northern Illinois, and he's still going to roll out Leonard against Purdue on Saturday. So that
one more note: it's because he's as weak as Leonard is.
JR, with about a minute left in this Zoom call, so what do you got for the key to the game?
This game is all about attitude. And I don't care if it's vanilla or not. I think you should be able to go into this atmosphere and win a physical, vanilla style game simply because you are more physical, you are more pissed off, and you are playing with your hair on absolute fire downhill on both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. This is a horrible defense we're coming up against. If we can't score against these guys, there's going to be problems. And I'm going to go back to what Logan said last show. If you don't trust your players, why should they trust you? We've got people in reserves. We got peanut butter and jelly. We should trust him. We should trust Carr. Put these other guys in. Let's see what they can do, because we know what Riley Leonard is. He's a broken down used vehicle.
Rental.
Sorry, but I'm in this to win games too.
Yeah.
Dylan, I'm with you. I agree.
For my key to the game, it's simple. Run the ball. All right. We saw it so many times last week where we did not run the ball in situations where we should run the damn ball. 2nd and 1 with 6 minutes to go, it leads to an interception because of incompetence at the quarterback position. So, you know what? If we have a bad quarterback, run the damn ball. I don't care. Maybe 1-2 pass plays all day. Screw it. Run the ball all day. Kill the clock. Get out of there with a 7-0 win. So that's where I stand on the key to the game for Saturday. We shall see what we shall see in West Lafayette come Saturday. Hopefully we're sitting here on Monday morning talking about an Irish victory, but I think the 4 of us are in agreement that we should prepare for anything at this point. Moving along here to the week 3 picks. Updated standings is JR in first place at 45-8. Logan in second place, 43-10. Dylan Kearns is third place with 42-11. And I am in last place at 41-12.
Who won last year? JR?
JR won back-to-back weeks, going 23-6 this past week. Logan was 22-7 in week 2. Dylan and I were 21-8. We'll start, well, as we always do, Logan's favorite topic and segment of the show, the prison inmate game of the week. Cincinnati at Miami of Ohio, 12 p.m. on ESPN2. As of now, Cincinnati only favored by 2 points on the road against a MAC school who we know so much about.
Me?
Yeah, always you.
Cincinnati with a meltdown against Lando's boy Narduzzi. I'm going Red Hawks, baby.
Knew it.
Let's keep them undefeated. We need them undefeated when they come in because we got to rebuild ourselves.
Miami's 0-1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. They lost to Northwestern.
Yeah, played them tough.
8-6. That was a terrible game. Who are you going with, Dylan or Logan?
Give me Cincy.
Yeah, it's the Bearcats.
I'm going with Miami of Ohio at home in this one. Cincinnati favored by 2. I like the Red Hawks in the spot at home against the Bearcats. Non-ranked game of the week. There's a few of them that I want to talk about. Washington State at Washington. What?
Question. When's Notre Dame going to be the prison inmate game of the week?
Oh man. Oh, dinger.
No.
How do I kick somebody off a Zoom call?
Just being honest, fellas.
No.
Like Notre Dame Purdue kind of feels inmate-ish.
We dropped this one. We might be looking at Miami of Ohio, Notre Dame being prison inmate.
Logan, you had a question?
No, I was just trying to get your attention for Dylan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well,
Washington State at Washington, 3:30 p.m. on Peacock.
Washington State at Washington. Oh, yeah. So the Apple Cup's all jacked up because of the Big Ten now. So the apple cart's broken. Read this back.
Washington State at Washington.
All right, Washington.
Give me the Huskies.
I'll take the Huskies.
I'm going Wazoo in this one. Give me the Cougars. I like Washington State on the road in this ball game. They're playing good football right now.
Big Cougar guy.
Big Cougar guy. West Virginia at Pitt, 3:30 p.m. on ESPN2. What's the joke? I'm missing it here.
Right. We didn't think you'd get it.
Moving along.
West Virginia at Pitt, another rivalry game for the Mountaineers and Panthers to start off the year.
Yeah, the backyard brawl. I'm going to go West Virginia to bounce back here. I think Pitt's going to come back to earth here a little bit.
Yeah, West Virginia didn't look good against Penn State. Oh,
They did not.
I hate Narduzzi, though, with Landon's best friend. Give me McAfee's Mountaineers.
Him and Dion are my favorite people in the world.
Yeah.
Going with Pittsburgh Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Panthers at home as well. They're going to play Sweet Caroline, Eaton, Pitt. They're going to send the Mountaineers back home to drink their moonshine. Indiana at UCLA, 7:30 p.m. on NBC. Big game for the Hoosiers. The competition starts to pick up a little bit for them in a few weeks, but for now, they're still playing their cupcakes.
Actually, the schedule now is picking up for UCLA. The Hoosiers rolling into the Rose Bowl as favorites, leading the state of Indiana in football glory. Give me the Hoosiers, baby. Smoke it, Sig.
Oh, man. Give me the Hoosiers. I'll tag along.
Wow. All right, guys. This will be a get back game. Give me the Bruins. Talk about a West Coast trip. No shot.
You know, JR, you talk about the Rose Bowl. It's an iconic venue, not for UCLA. They don't even fill that stadium half full. They actually box off the upper deck with banners that say UCLA because they can't fill their stadium. It's nothing special when UCLA is there. Indiana, good. They're 2-0 for the first time in my lifetime, maybe. Congratulations. Give me the Hoosiers in this one. I despise IU. Colorado at Colorado State.
Whoa, I'm so salty on the Hoosiers. Signetti, man,
It turned
77 last week.
That's another fan base. That's another.
Dude, it's week 3.
Mid basketball season, he turns. Now he hates the Hoosiers.
That's another
week 3. Week 3, and we're picking IU in the Rose Bowl, and we're picking against ND. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is the bizarro world.
IU is another fan base that I just despise, like Purdue. I'd put them on about.
We're in it last year.
I'd put them at Michigan State level for me. Colorado at Colorado State, 7:30 p.m. on CBS.
Oh boy, Colorado State, Colorado. You want to lead the way on this one, Lando? We got another rant coming.
I don't know.
I'm going. I'm gonna go Colorado here. I'm gonna ride with Shador. Man, I'm gonna have a bad week, dude. I'm gonna have a bad week, I think.
Give me Colorado State.
Oh!
Revenge spot. One program that's in a worse position than Indy. That's Mr. Prime himself.
Prime to ND.
Yeah, might as well at this point.
I'm going to take the best player in the game, Travis Hunter. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the Buffaloes get it done.
I like Colorado to bounce back on the road against an inferior opponent. Colorado should not lose to Colorado State, and I'm going to be taking the prime times in this ball game. Big win for Shador if they win. You know, hey, yeah, we beat Colorado State. Yep. Yep. Flex on him.
You look like a middle-aged dad that's at Wildcat baseball.
I read this week that they're not allowed to play the Colorado fight song after they score. They have to play Shador's rap song.
Yeah, you read that right. You read that right. It's pathetic what's going on. It's a circus show. And
that was a real account. That was Barstool's real account, correct?
Yes.
That tweeted that?
Is that what that was from?
We should replace Damn So Blue with it.
That's right.
All right, moving along here. We got a lot of games to cover in a short amount of time. UCF at TCU, 7:30 p.m. on Fox. A tricky game in the Big 12.
Yeah, the Gus bus rolling into Texas. Give me TCU at home. It's a funky
What'd you say?
It's a funky week.
Yeah, give me the Horned Frogs at home. We'll play it safe here.
This is a battle of the 3 letters. I'll take the Horny Froggies.
The 3-finger combo, Dylan. The 3-finger combo, Raising Canes. Give me UCF. Give me the Knights on the road to take down TCU. It ain't 2022 no more, folks. Give me UCF and the Gus bus. Number 20, Arizona at number 14, Kansas State, Friday night, 8 p.m. on Fox.
Say that again.
Number 20, Arizona at number 14, Kansas State, Friday night, 8 p.m. on Fox.
Arizona at K-State.
Give
me K-State.
Conference game.
Yeah, give me K-State.
Give me K-State.
They don't got Will Howard, but they got a 14th ranked team at a 2-0 record. Give me Kansas State.
I like Arizona on the road in this ball game. Love their quarterback. Phenomenal quarterback. Give me the Wildcats on the road to take down the other Kansas State Wildcats, right? Yeah. Wildcats versus Wildcats. Give me the red and white, blue Wildcats over the purple Wildcats.
Have you ever seen the movie Wildcats?
Uh-uh.
Oh, phenomenal football movie. you have got to watch the movie Wildcats.
Wildcats. All right.
No doubt.
All
Goldie
right.
Hawn. Goldie
Noted.
Hawn.
Noted. Number 4, Alabama at Wisconsin, 12 p.m. on Fox.
Wisconsin scheduling Bama?
Pickle, baby.
Huh?
Yeah.
Bama.
Give me Bama, but
Head
good.
nod.
Yeah, it might be a head nod, but
Yeah.
kudos to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They're playing like crap to start
They
the season.
got caught with their pants down to Akron. Or not Akron.
Western-
Who was it?
Western Michigan.
Michigan?
Yeah, one of those directionals. Another guy who, Luke Fickell, throw him in the pot.
All right, let's pump the brakes here, Frenchie. Give me Alabama to dominate Wisconsin in Camp Randall Stadium. Number 13, Oklahoma State at Tulsa, 12 p.m. on ESPN2. It is a head nod pick for sure. And we'll move along here. Number 16, LSU at South Carolina, 12 p.m. on ABC. Brian Kelly versus Shane Beamer. The Cox beat the Wildcats of Kentucky last week in a blowout ball game. South Carolina's offense might have found something last week, JR.
Yeah, Beamer ball, very impressive. And LSU, he was struggling at home with Nichols.
Yeah.
Nichols State. Man. I'm going to take LSU.
Play it safe.
Give me the Gumbo Boys.
If this was at night, I'm taking the Cox all day. Like, there would be no doubt about it. I would take Cox. But now I'm going to go with LSU. I guess that did sound kind of bad.
Give me Brian Kelly on the road against an SEC opponent. Wow, never thought I'd hear myself say that, but give me the Tigers of LSU. A head nod pick coming up here at 12 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. Arkansas State at number 17, Michigan. We're all going with the Wolverines to bounce back. Any chance, though, that Arkansas State, I see Logan down there with the Cheeseburger Boys. No shot. There is no shot. I mean, no shot. Wolverines roll. Get back on track. In the JR Head Coach Bowl, number 24, Boston College at number 6, Missouri, 12:45 p.m. on the SEC Network.
Yeah, I think this is a preview of two candidates for ND. I love Eli. I think Bill O'Brien would be a fine head coach at Notre Dame. I see Lando over there shaking his head in disagreement for Bill O'Brien.
No, not a Bill O'Brien guy.
Whether you like it or not, he's been successful everywhere he has been, and he is a competent coach. He can count to 11. He can put an offense together, an NFL-style offense, with just about any kind of piece. But I'm going to go Missouri here. But BC will play them hard.
Here's where I think about Missouri. Like, they haven't given up a point in 2 weeks. And I know they've been playing some pretty bad schools, Buffalo and Murray State. But they've also been putting up points. I like Missouri a lot. I think that they steamroll BC and eliminate your BOB take.
Yeah, that's a good assumption. They're favored by, right now, it looks like 17. The line is 17 in favor of Missouri. I like Missouri to win this game at home. I like Boston College to cover. I think the under hits right now is at 53.5. That's my bet of the week. Give me Boston College to cover. Under hits, Missouri wins at home. Number 9, Oregon at Oregon State, 3:30 p.m. on Fox. The Civil War is back, baby.
Civil War in the middle of September. Or give me Oregon.
Oregon not playing well.
At all.
At all. Oh, gosh. Give me the Ducks.
Onyx.
Quack, quack. He played like crap on Sunday. Bo Nix did.
Give him time.
Yeah. Give me the Ducks here. The line is -16 Oregon. That is a tough, tricky line for a team who hasn't been playing good and they're going on the road. I like Oregon to survive on the road. And by survive, I mean survive. It might come down to another last-second field goal for the Ducks. Here's another head nod pick, although we got some crap for it last week when we picked a MAC school in a head nod pick against Penn State. Tickle me Sandusky, but the Ball State Cardinals travel to number 10 Miami, 3:30 p.m. on the ACC network, as we're all rolling with Miami over Testy Tech. I'm not going to rule this one as a head nod pick because of the way Oklahoma played last week. Tulane at number 15, Oklahoma at 3:30 p.m. on ESPN.
The Green Wave rolling to Mobilehoma.
Yes. Forget who they were playing last week. They K-State. They had a
Tulane-
lead on K-State.
We're leading at halftime.
I picked them to win, them bastard.
Yeah, Tulane is gamey, but it's going to be a daunting task against Joklahoma. Give me the Sooners.
Sooners roll.
Sooner.
I'm rolling with Mobilehoma as well, but they're going to get a taste of reality come soon when they enter SEC play. Mark my words on that. Here's another head nod pick. Number 12, Utah at Utah State, 4:30 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. Another head nod pick, perhaps. Number 5, Ole Miss at Wake Forest, 6:30 p.m. It's the CW Network Game of the Week, folks. It's back. Tom Brenneman has the call. You know, Logan knows about Tom Brenneman. Another head nod pick rolling along here. UTSA at number 2, Texas, 7 p.m. on ESPN. A few more before we get to the main event. Number 1, Georgia at Kentucky, 7:30 p.m. on ABC. Man, I think at this point we're just seeing if Georgia can get tested at all. This game is -24 in favor of UGA.
Yeah, I mean, UGA, is this a
head nod pick for sure. I mean, it's Kentucky. There's no shot.
I think Chip Trainer was bumpy.
There's no shot. I mean, we've heard that before. Again, we go back to this, is NFL any given Sunday greater than college football Saturday? Last week I hated it, but last week was pretty good.
Vandegrift, revenge game.
Northern Iowa at number 23, Nebraska, 7:30 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. We'll move along here. It's week 3. This is probably the last week we'll get to do a lot of head nod picks, hopefully. Kent State, can't read, can't write at number 7, Tennessee, 7:45 p.m. on the SEC Network. Head nod picks galore on these picks. Number 18, Notre Dame at Purdue, 3:30 p.m. on CBS. Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson have the call on CBS in West Lafayette from Ross-Ade Stadium. Along here to JR.
Sometimes when you have nothing good to say, I'm not going to say much at all. I'm picking Notre Dame 37-17. And anything less is a massive disappointment. And I will be calling for his head again.
Whoa, that's a lot of points.
I think we could score.
I think we can count that high.
Oh, God. If we lose it, it goes to 2016, in my opinion. I don't think you come back after losing Northern Illinois and Purdue.
It's gonna go south quick.
Yeah. If it hasn't already. God dang it. Give me the Irish.
And I thought you were about to say, give me the Boilers. What are you taking?
I have 17-9. I wrote it down last night and I'm sticking to it.
I mean, that's like losing to me.
Yeah.
I said it in the season preview, and I'm going to echo these words here. I said if they lose a game other than USC, Florida State, or Texas A&M, this team will give up on Marcus Freeman. And I think this is the first week that they give up on Marcus Freeman. I got Purdue 23-16 in overtime.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Dylan.
You just
Like, you can see 16-16 on OT, and you're like, shit.
man.
You know what's funny too? You predicted Texas vibes for the opening game. And
Yep.
you didn't get that result, but in the first game, but we could be well on our way to that kind of a year.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Purdue. You just took Purdue to beat Notre Dame in the game of football. That is blasphemy. Listen, I don't believe in this offense whatsoever. I really don't. I don't think we could score. I don't think we can throw the ball. I don't think we can score enough points to put us in a position to beat good teams. With that being said, I don't think Purdue is a good team. And therefore, I am sticking true to my blue and gold. Got this shirt from my grandpa. I'm sticking true to it.
Wow.
I am rolling with the Irish in the dump of Ross-Ade Stadium, 14-10 in favor of Notre Dame. I think it's going to be a sloppy game. I think we turn the ball over. I think Riley Leonard has a Riley Leonard performance. Purdue hangs in there. We take a lead late. Maybe JR said it in Texas A&M. I don't think we'll be lucky to win the game. I think this is the game that we will get lucky and win this game. 14-10 Notre Dame. You can catch it on Saturday afternoon, 3:30 p.m. on CBS. We will be back next Monday to recap, hopefully, an Irish victory against rival Purdue. Until then, we will see you next week, and go Irish.